Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to install WordPress on your local host server. First, I guess you are wondering why would you want to install WordPress locally? The reasons are that you can try a WordPress to see how it will look like first before going live. Only you will be able to access your WordPress as this is only stored on your computer, which makes it a way for only you to study your website. Once you have finished building your website, then you can move it to a live website. I will show you how you can do that at a later part of this video. First, we are going to download a software called WordPress. WordPress is an open source content management used to manage the themes on our web pages. Without further ado, let's get started. In my previous video, I showed you how to install Xamp, and we have already gotten it up and running in our Xamp environment. To install WordPress, let's go to wordpress.org. Click on the button Get WordPress. Then scroll down. This should be the latest WordPress 5.72. Click on the download button. Then get a couple of messages. As you can see, it has already been downloaded. So once that's downloaded, you can see it comes down here as a zip. I'm going to click on that to show you the folder. In folder. This is our WordPress application. What we need to do is to extract it by right-clicking on it and click on Extract All. In my case, I will click on Extract here. It's already extracting. This is the extracted files. Get rid of the zip folder. Click on it and delete. If I double click on it, you can see there is a bunch of files in here. This is the WordPress software, and it's made of HTML, PHP, JavaScript, and CS pages. What we want to do is move this folder onto our web server. That's this folder here. It's this folder I want to drag. So I'm going to navigate to my C drive by clicking on local disk. Local disk, which is where Xampp is. And again, this should look pretty familiar from the last video of how to install Xampp, where we need to put the file in this folder here. That's the htdocs. So I'll double click on this folder. And I'm going to drag or copy my WordPress folder onto here. Okay, so we have to transfer that. I'm going to drag or copy my WordPress folder onto here. Okay, so we have transferred that over to our web server. The next thing we need to do is just fire up our web server and then navigate to the web address. So let's check our control panel. As you can see, it's running. Let's start my SQL. As they are both running, the Apache and my SQL is running. Now let's click on the admin. We are going to go to localhost/WordPress. Then click OK. Now we moved into WordPress setup. What we are going to do is called detail configuration, and we are essentially doing the same thing, but everything is now on you as opposed to in the cloud. So let's go through a quick example. I'm going to accept some of the defaults for this one. So we are going to click on continue. Now, at this point, it's saying, okay, I need to work with a database because all the content is stored in the database. So tell me where the database exists. Tell me how I am or how I can access it and the host. And so we need to give WordPress more information about how to set it up. So we'll click let's go. What's the name of the database now? This is where we are going to have to flip back to our Xampp control panel and go create our new database. And it's relatively straightforward. Let's go back to our control panel. Click on the start button. Sorry. Now let's go to MySQL. MySQL is our database engine. I'm going to click on admin. Now this moves us into a piece of software engine called MyHP admin, which is geared up for managing the database. Now we'll look at this later. For now, all we need to do is create a new database, and it's pretty straightforward. On the left hand side, you are going to click on new. Give it a name. So in this case, I'm going to call it WordPress. Remember, you can use any name, but let's use WordPress. It's easy to remember. So type in the name, click create. So click creation. We have now created an empty database, and you can see it's on the left hand side. I would like to show you something. Remember, always use the name on your software to create your database. An example, supposing this is your WordPress, you can also edit. You edit the name, sorry, edit, rename your WordPress, maybe ABC. Then you go to your database. When you are creating a new database, you must ensure that the same name on your software is the same name that you're going to use to create your database. Be ABC. Then you click on create. Okay, which can be used to create your uh, software. So, but in my case, I'll be using WordPress. So let's go back to WordPress. I'm going to rename it to WordPress. Now, let me delete uh, ABC. In order to delete it, since it's empty, where do we go? Okay, you click on operations, then you remove database by clicking on drop database. And it will say you are about to destroy a complete database. Do you really want to execute drop database is click on OK. As you can see here, the database is gone. So I want to use WordPress. So at this point, we can just ignore my SQL. We can close the tab now. Let's go back to our setup. So the database is called WordPress. We have created that. The username and password to connect the database server in this case is root. And the password is nothing. It's empty. You don't have to type any password except you want to go live. That will be it will be necessary then. But for here you don't really need it. The database host is running on localhost in the same way that Apache is also running on our local machine. So we have got WordPress root, empty password, and localhost. We're gonna click submit. Now it says, are you ready? If you are, click on the run the installation button. Now let's click that. Now it's asking for the name of our website. We can give any name and change it later if you don't want it. But I'm going to type in flower shop as my site title. Username. Then I will use the word year. Here it suggests a strong password. It actually created this for you. If you are going to use it, please, I reckon you put it in a separate file so you don't forget it, or you can change the password. Let's change password to uh, it's a very weak password though. To make it stronger, you can actually create something longer, but I'll be using this. Then here at the confirm password section, you click on this box. Then your email address. Then click search engine visibility. Please keep in mind we are not saving this on the web, so that's not important for the time being. Then click on install WordPress button. it has been created. Then click on the login button. Then type in the info. And click on login. Again. Okay, we are logged in. I'm now in the dashboard, and that is quite familiar how you can go ahead to create your website locally. Let's check our website. To do that, we'll go to the top here with a sign of house, which says which shows the title of our website, Flower Shop. Then we scroll down to visit site. You can either click on it or you right click and click on the open link for a new tab. So click on it, and voila, this is our website. As I told you earlier, you can also change the uh, title of the website to any name that you like by going to the customize page. But I'll be doing that in the next video. So that's how we can create website using WordPress files from wordpress.com into Xammp installation. In my next video, I'll be showing you how to install template on your WordPress. Thanks for watching. Bye.